In Hunt's algorithm, we will grow a decision tree in a recursive fashion. How we partition the training records into successively purer subsets. So purer subset is the one which cannot be further divided. So impure subsets are the one which can be further divided based on some attribute test condition. So we should find purer subset. Till then we need to partition the training records. So that is what we do in Hunt's algorithm. So it's a decision tree where it's an algorithm in which we grow a decision tree in a recursive fashion by partitioning the training records. We'll take an example, okay? There it will be more clear for you. Recursive action by partitioning the training records into successively purer subsets. You should remember this point, into purer subsets. Until we get purer subsets, we will keep on partitioning the training records. And if DT is the set of training records, suppose we have some number of training records associated with node T and Y be the class label. Suppose we have training records and some class label. Then how do you follow this recursion, or how do you separate it by using separate partition the training records using Hunt's algorithm? So these are the two steps we will follow. And in case we have all the records in that training set, if they are belonging to the same class, suppose we have two classes like yes or no. Okay, if we take this example here, if this is a class label, isn't it? This is the class label. Here, if we add all no or all yes, that's the first case. In case if the class values were common for all the transactions, all 10 transactions, if this class name was common, then see, if all records in DT belong to the same class, then T is a leaf node labeled as YT. Then we need not have to partition anything, that is called as a purer subset, and we will just say that all transactions belong to the same class. On the other hand, if this training set, this is the training set, 10 transactions we have. So if the training set contain records that belong to more than one class, if we will notice here, isn't it? We have two classes, yes and no. So in this case, where the records will belong to one or more than one class, then we need an attribute test condition to partition the records into smaller subsets. So we need some attribute condition, and based on that we will just divide these records into, partition the records into smaller subsets. A child node is created for each outcome of the test condition. So when you test the condition, you will partition and you will get child nodes. And the records in DT will be distributed to the children node based on this outcome. Whether it is yes or no, we will just distribute these records among those two classes. And this will recursively be applied to every child node until we get purer subsets. Until we get a subset, purer subset, we will do this recursive, we will run this recursively. Okay, so we will take some attribute test condition, we will partition the record. There again we will get child nodes. There we will find whether they are pure or impure. If they are pure, we will leave it like that. That means we have attained the purer subset and we will stop it there. On the other hand, if it is an impure node, then we will further split based on some attribute test condition, and we continue this until we will have purer subsets. All the training records are successfully divided into or partitioned into purer subsets. Okay. Hope I am audible as well as the screen was visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. Start now. So this is an example, this is an instance where we have just taken the problem of finding whether a loan applicant will be able to repay the loan or he becomes a default borrower, that is, he is not able to pay. Whether he is able to pay or whether he is not able to pay back the loan amounts of whatever he has taken, home loan he has taken, whether he is able to pay back or he is not able to pay back that. Default borrower means he would have missed some EMIs and he is not able to pay back the amount regularly. Okay, so this no means he is able to, default borrower no means he is paying the home loan regularly. So 1 is paying the home loan regularly, 2 is also paying, 3, 4. Default borrower means he has missed some installments and he is not able to pay the loan amount regularly. Those people will become default borrower. Okay, so we have 3 default borrowers and 7 people who have paid the loan. Okay, so this is a problem of predicting whether a loan applicant will repay her loan obligations or become delinquent, that is not able to pay the loan amount. So according to this, if we will make a decision by just taking this class, how many records come under the default borrower no? We'll just check. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I have not used any attribute test condition also, 70% of the records as they belong to this no category, that is they are able to pay the loan, I will not like I can say that default borrower is no with one of, see, the initial tree for this classification problem can contain a single node with the class label defaulted no, which means that most of the borrowers successfully repaid their loans. It can we can do it like this. Yes, initial tree can have a single node with class label defaulted no. Why have I taken the defaulted as no? Why not yes? That is because maximum people are no. That means they have repaid the loan. So I'll consider this maximum value in this class label, and I've said that okay, the initial tree I'll start with a single node and I'll label the class as defaulted no, which means that most of the people have repaid their loans. But as we have seen here, we would have stopped with this only if at all, if there was only one class here. Clear? If I had only all no's, I would have ended up like this only. But once you look at this transactions, we have 2 class labels, which means that this particular node is impure. Okay, if the values are same, we say that they belong to purer sub. It is a purer subset if at all, if all the transactions belong to one subset. But here, as we have noticed, the class has, this class label has 2 values, yes or no. So I cannot stop it here. This becomes an impure node because we have class label as yes as well as no. So what does that mean? This node has to be, or this tree needs to be refined. That is because this root node contains records from both the classes, yes and no. Both the classes are there. Hence, I have to subsequently divide this into smaller subset based on the outcome of the homeowner test condition. So what do we do now? So why we have to select this only as the first attribute test condition, that will be discussed later. For now, we'll consider this homeowner as the first attribute test condition. Okay. So based on this, we will try to bifurcate the records into 2 categories. So how do we do that? Okay. So homeowner, yes or no. What does that mean? We will just check. If he is a homeowner and if he has paid back the EMI, let's check how many records are there which belong to that category. He is a homeowner and he has also paid back the EMIs properly. Refund. He has not cheated anyone. He has just repaid the loan. Okay, how many records fall into that category? We'll just check. Homeowner should be yes and this should be no. Let's check how many do we have. We have the first transaction. Second we cannot take. Yes. Fourth transaction, he is a homeowner and also he has just paid the loan. Yes. And we have one more. He is a homeowner and he has paid back the loan as well. So we have 3 records See, we had two classes here. Okay. So we just started with the root node. Now in this, as we have two classes, we have to bifurcate them. To bifurcate them into two different classes, the records into two different classes, we have just taken homeowner as the attribute. If it is yes, and if the default is no, we'll keep the records in one, we'll move the records to the left child. And homeowner is no and default is also no, we'll just move it on to the right. Okay, here we have three records. See, yes, no, 1, 4 and 7 will belong to this. Three records will belong to this case. So we have 3 records here and remaining 7 records under this category. Right? Getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we have 3 and 7. Now what we have achieved is we have just divided the records into two classes, yes and no, based on some test condition, that is homeowner test condition. So this again, they all belong to the same class, yes, no, and yes, no. So this becomes your purer subset. It's not that yes, no. No, we have just taken 3 records and all are having the same value, yes, no, and yes, no. Hence, this becomes your purer subset. Fine. Now, if we will move to this part, no, let's check. No, we have. No, we have. See here, no, yes, we have. Again, no, we have. No, yes, no, and no, yes. What does that mean? We have two types of records under this category, which means that this is an impure node. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yes. So here we had the records which belong to the same category, homeowner yes and default borrower no. So this becomes a purer subset of yours. We can stop it here. But when it comes to the right child, we have noticed that homeowner is no, default borrower is no. We have one category as such. So 1, 2. Here homeowner is no, but the default borrower is yes. Again we have no yes and no. So we understood that there are mix of classes here, like there are different category of people, no and no yes, both are there. So we need to further split the this node. So this becomes your impure node. Here we cannot split it further, that becomes purer. So what is our goal by using Hund's algorithm? We have to bifurcate until we get purer subsets. So what does that mean? This further needs splitting. Okay, so how do we split that? We will just see in the next line. Notice that all borrowers who are home owners successfully repaid their loans. Hence, the left child of the root is a leaf node labeled defaulted node, and then we'll just move on to the right child, and we need to continue applying the recursive step of Hund's algorithm until all the records belong to the same class. But here we have saw the difference, no and no yes. There are two categories. Hence, this becomes your impure node and we'll further split it. Yes. When we split, we have got like this. So how we got this, we'll just check. So homeowner was the first test attribute whatever we took. Next, according to this tree, we'll take this married, this column will take, this attribute will take to test. Here again, so here it was a binary attribute because you had only 2 values, but here it is categorical. We have 3 categories, single, divorced and married. So there are 3 category of people under this marital status. Let's take this column to test for the attribute and we will just try to bifurcate the records now. So marital status we have taken, and here we have just taken single and divorced to the one side and married on the other side. Again, all these questions will be answered in the further sections. why we have chosen to group single and divorced together, why not married? We have that entropy, Gini values and all, whatever we'll calculate. Depending on that only, we will choose the attribute to test for the condition. Okay, for now, to make it simple, we have selected the second attribute. Now we'll test the condition here, marital status, and we have kept single and divorced together, married on the other side. Okay, now let's see how many records fall into this category and how many records fall into this category. That is, home owner, he should not be the homeowner, and marital status, married or single or divorced. Let's check how many records fall into that category. Yes. So marital status, homeowner, no. Marital status is married. Anyway, default borrower is no only, because see here, by default it is no only. Default borrower is no. No, married, no. So how many we have such records, we'll check, and how many with yes we will check. Okay, no, married, and no. Okay, and then we'll check no, married, and no. Okay, 2 records, and we also have no, married, and no. So all these belong to same class? No, no, no. They are not homeowners, they are married, and they have also repaid the loans. So can we put these 3 records onto this right child here? So married homeowner, they were not homeowners, and they, earlier only we know that their default status is no, isn't it? So we have this marital status. Under that they are not married also, and you know the defaulted is no also for this. So under this we get 3 records. Fine. So total 7 we had here. 7 records we had to the left. We just wanted to split them again into, based on some attribute condition, we had to split those records, partition those records in order to get purer subsets. When we did that, under this marital status, we found 3 records, right? No homeowner, they are not homeowners, they were married, and they have also paid back the loan. Again, if we check, no, married, no. No, married, no. All 3 records. Keep that under this. So 3 we have here and 4 we have here. Is that clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Next. As you can notice here, okay, let's check single and divorced. No, single, no, okay. And we had no, divorced here. There is a change, yes. Then we had no, single, again we have yes. And again we have no, single, and yes. If you will notice here again we have 2 kinds of records, isn't it? Those who are not married, those who are not homeowners, single, and who have paid the EMIs. I mean, they have paid the loan amount. And one more category is, yes, they are not homeowners, they are divorced, because single and divorced we are taking into same, divorced, and who have not paid the EMIs, as well as those people who are not homeowners, single, again they have not paid. So we have 2 categories here again. So can we say that this single divorced, whatever 4 records we have, are they purer? Is this a pure node or impure node now?
Impure node.
Yes, because here we have got the pure node, isn't it? We have only one type of records which belong to only one type of class. That is, they are not homeowners, and they are married, and they have also paid all the EMIs. Here we have, they are not homeowners, and their marital status is either single or divorced. Here again there are 2 combinations, yes and no. Some who have paid and some who have not paid. So this becomes your impure node. Getting? So what do we have to do now? We have to just take an attribute test condition, perform an attribute test condition here, and further split the records so that we can have purer subsets. Fine. So for that, what is the thing which is left out? We have left out with annual income. Then why we have chosen only 80K? That is also a question to be asked, and which will be cleared later, because you have those how to select attribute values in the next unit section. I'll discuss that. So continuous. For now, annual income is a test attribute whatever we will select, and here we will take it as 80K. The test condition we just take. Okay. So annual income is the next test attribute condition, and which based on this we will just bifurcate the records into two types. So what we have to check? Those who are not homeowners, and marital status is either single or divorced, and annual income, the ones whose income is less than 80K and those whose income is greater than 80K. Okay. So we'll discuss, we'll have some more numericals on this so that it will be more clear for you in the next class. So for now, you just see to this. So we have to see people who are not homeowners and who are single, and there are two classes who are default borrower is no, and if it is less than 80K. So let's check where 3 belongs to, which side the record 3 belongs to. Okay, no, and it was single, and less than 80K, no. Can I put that record over here? Third transaction, see, homeowner, no, marital status was single, and annual income is less than 80K, and he has paid back all the EMIs. Okay, I can have this third record under that category. And which is the other one? Yes, no, divorced, and yes, and the annual income is greater than 80K. So this becomes the right child. Okay, no, divorced, greater than 80K, and again he has not paid the loan, isn't it? Yes, he has not paid the loan also. So fifth record comes to the right side. We had 4 records. Under that, third record came to the left side, and fifth record we got it to the right side. Next we'll check no, single, and yes, and annual income is greater than 85K. So this record number 8 also will take this part, isn't it? No, single, and yes, this side. And one more is left out. That is this one, no, single, and 90K, yes. 3 records to the right and 1 record to the left. So we cannot, these are pure nodes now. They all belong to the same class. So we cannot split them further. Hence, the tree is constructed and all the nodes which are available, terminating nodes, are purer nodes. You have to just look into this